Welcome. Hello, my name is Michelle Darby and welcome to my cook along this morning. So we did a quick little test earlier and we're now going to show you one of my favourite little dips in the Thermomix. So stay tuned as I go through all of this and we'll enjoy this fabulous dip, and I'll take you through some quick demonstrations on the Thermomix. And I've got a top camera up here so you'll see on the inside. So welcome along and see how our beautiful TM7 looks. It's got this lovely big screen, insulated bowl, and there's so many other features that I'll highlight to you as I do demonstrations live with you. So don't hesitate to reach out to me if you'd like an in-house cooking demonstration, or if you would like to bring a few friends along and take advantage of the host reward options on offer, and you can have a live stream with your friends as well if that's how it works. So we've got plenty of options there for you. So first off, I'm going to bring up on the screen my capsicum and sun-dried tomato dip. So as I mentioned, this is one of my favorites. I am putting some changes today into this particular recipe to experiment what happens with those other added pieces, as well as the flavor, seeing how that works. So in Cookie-Do, which is the platform that has all of our recipes, there are thousands of recipes online here for you, and it just gluten-free options, any other issues that you might have, or whether you would like to focus on your health in other ways, there's options in there for you too. So I'll start and begin the demonstration. So we click on our start menu, and I've got all of my ingredients out on my bench top already. So I'm going to open up my lid and you will see that in the screen as that comes up to you. And then I'm going to be putting in some Parmesan cheese. Today it'll be a little bit more than what's required. So I've got some cheddar cheese in this particular one. So this is the cheese that I have here as well. And we're going to add the other bits and pieces in there. So you can see that as I show you close up, and up on the screen in here, when that comes up, we'll see that for you. So I'm going to pop that in and it's going to measure it for me. So as I mentioned, it is a bit over, so it's almost double. So we're going to see how this compares in the recipe when it's completed. So the science of cooking can always be interesting, and we'll see what happens with that and the flavours. So you can always adjust the recipes in Cookie-Do to your taste and palate. The next we're asking for is a clove of garlic. I'm going to pop that in next. And then we click that we've added that, and we're going to the next part of the screen. So it's asking us to pop the lid on. So we'll put our lid on and follow our instructions. So it now has the play button, and that's going to grate that. So for 10 seconds on speed 9. So the bowl is insulated, so it does reduce some of that sound compared to the previous models. And it gives you a nice little dingle when it has completed that process. So now it releases the inside of the lid, and you can see all of that grated in there for you. So it looks beautiful. All of that garlic is incorporated with the cheese, and that is a beautiful, beautiful grated option in there for you. So that's one of the features I'd like to highlight. Then we're going next. So we're going to use our lovely large spatula that comes with the TM7. So it's a really nice design. It gets right in there, gets down into the bottom of the bowl. It's changed since the TM6 because we no longer go in through the hole of the lid, because the lid is a different shape. So you can sit your spatula up there. So we've done that part. Now we're going to start adding in our other ingredients. So it's asking for sun-dried tomatoes, 100 grams, semi-dried tomatoes, drained. So the oil's drained. You could keep the oil from that for when it asks for the olive oil. Today in mine, I have actually got some extra sauce in mine rather than the tomatoes, because that's all I had, and I thought actually I'm going to see what that looks like with the dip. Because I've made this dip before, I know that it's actually quite a thick dip. So adding the pasta, this is a pasta tomato sauce, so I'm going to add that in, And I'm actually also going to add in some tasteless protein powder so that I can add a bit of extra protein in mine. All right, so let's tear the scales. So the scales, they are in the feet. So you need to make sure that you're very careful when you're sliding it forward. So while I'm mentioning that, you just lift it and move it. Here, you've got that inside your bowl, in the feet, sorry. So tearing that back. Hope I haven't moved it too much out of the screen. And then I'm going to pop in my tomatoes. So once again, it's however you like your flavours to be in your particular recipe. Pop that to the side. So I'm going to tick that because generally if you have the right amount of ingredients, that will go through and tick itself off, but mine was extra. So now we're going to add half a capsicum. And it asks it to be de-seeded, no seeds in it, and in quarters. So I've got mine in pieces and I'm going to pop those in. So it's a lovely fresh dip. Next it's asking for some raw cashews. So it says 120, I think mine's just slightly under all my cashews. Not too far off, it's 111. So once again, I'll be ticking that off myself. And then we've got some olive oil. And I'll also, as I said, I'll be putting my own tasteless protein powder in. So we want 20 grams of oil. I think I am going to have to get out my next bottle of oil. Not quite enough, so bear with me as I go to my cupboard. Wasn't sure how much I was going to have left there. And we'll make that up. A little bit more in there than it says on the ingredients. So I'll tick that again, and then it says a little bit of white vinegar. I've just got the standard home brand white vinegar. A little over with that one again. And then we're going to tick that. So here is where I'm going to add my protein powder. But before I begin with that, I'm going to show you that you can scroll down with your screen. So if you're not sure what the next step is and you'd like to know, you can actually do that. So I can see what's going to be happening here. It's going to chop it all up evenly in turbo, and then that's pretty much all it is with the process. So this is when you're going to add any more ingredients. So this is my tasteless protein powder. You just have to be mindful that it doesn't sit on your blades because you want it to mix in. So it has to go in underneath those blades. So have a look. So I've got 1 scoop. So as we're pouring this in, you can see that I'm putting it down the side and around. So that will be all incorporated. Here is a good point if you wanted to add any other flavours into your recipe, to your dip. And this is also a cost saver, making your own dip. So everything's becoming quite expensive at the moment. So Thermomix is a surefire way when you cook at home, bake from scratch, you're saving yourself money. You can also have homegrown capsicums out there as well, which is another saver. We're going to pop that on, and we're going to now 1 second on turbo for 5. So this is going to do it 5 times. So while I'm letting that do its thing, I also wanted to invite you along. It is Thermomix's 25 anniversary celebration. So Thermomix has been in Australia for 25 years. So there's a fabulous garage celebration happening. So that's when Thermomix was first brought out to Australia. It was done in garages. So come along. I can post you some information on that. That is a free ticket. So you can go to the Thermomix site if you're not in Brisbane and find an event near you, or you can come along with me if you're local. I'm on the north side of Brisbane, and this one is going to be at North Lakes. That is on 14th of February. So come along. That'll be a lovely opportunity. Prizes, food tastings, all sorts of things. So that's, wonderful opportunity. So let's have a look and see what this looks like now. Wow. And the smell is sensational. So that's got some ripper flavours in there. And I like the texture of this too. This is actually looking like a really lovely dip. So this is a crowd pleaser. If you're going to a barbecue or bring a plate option, this one is an excellent one. You can also put this one in recipes too if you want. So you can see I'm going to scrape down that. and that brings everything back in, and then I'm going to put that into a container. So while I've got that sitting there for you, you can have a little bit of a look at that, and I will continue on with my last little bit of my demonstration for you, which is just giving you the information so that you're informed, because one of the things that I love about Thermomix is it helps me in the kitchen. So if you'd like those tips, let me know, and I'm here to help you. And there's also how I became a consultant was I earned my Thermomix. So there's a really good option at the moment where you can earn your Thermomix with just 4 sales. So reach out to me and become a part of our team, and it is amazing fun. So many opportunities there for you. So if you want to secure yourself a Thermomix, I've got a buy now button on the top of the screen, which is just a QR code, or I can flick you something along. Don't be shy. It's all about seeing how the Thermomix works. So thank you. Have a great Saturday, and I'll be popping on Tuesday to do another live demonstration. So stay tuned. Okay, bye for now. I hope that worked.